365 days ago, I started a faceless YouTube automation channel that has already gotten over 5 million views and 150,000 subscribers. The goal was simple. I wanted to get monetized as soon as possible and make my first $1,000 online. But what ended up happening far exceeded all of my expectations. And don't worry, I'm not going to make you wait to the end to reveal this. So far, YouTube has paid me over $21,000 from AdSense alone. Now, my other revenue streams that I will share later in this video make a lot more than that. But for you to see how all this became a reality and understand the systems and processes that I use to get results like this on a faceless channel, we need to start at the beginning. A few years ago, I heard about the term YouTube automation. Essentially, it's an online business model and a bit of a loophole where you can make money online from faceless YouTube videos. There are tons of channels out there doing this, and you've probably seen the gurus who tell you how easy it is to do. They usually drive around in an expensive car with a big watch on, and they try to sell you on the lifestyle rather than the actual process. But I can tell you that after years of making faceless content where I've had videos get millions of views and others that have totally flopped, it is anything but easy. Unfortunately, you're not going to get rich making a 10-hour rain sound video. Those days are over. I know this because I've invested thousands of dollars into courses and my own projects where I've learned one very important secret that none of the gurus are telling you. The truth is, you need a very strategic plan to get long-term results with YouTube automation. Trust me, it's not all about the editing or the thumbnails. It's about having the right strategy from day one and using a proven method that actually works. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you for the rest of this video.
Do you frequently go that far out of your way to capture the thumbnail?
Yeah, I mean, of course, everyone should. If people don't click, they don't watch. So you want to give them something to click.
Let me simplify that for you. You need to get people to click on your video, then watch your video, and finally enjoy their time watching your video. But as a beginner, the hard part is learning to do those things better than everyone else. And that takes us into the first step of my process, which is coming up with a good idea. And if you mess this part up, it's going to undermine the rest of all the steps in this process. So this is the most important part. The best way to do this is to think of the audience who's going to be watching your video. Ask yourself questions about them, like, what does my niche want? What are they scared of? How old are they? I'll drop a full list of questions in the description below, but what we're really looking for here are some video topics and titles that will address the actual needs of your audience. Because if you don't do this, then your videos are going to flop like this one did. Let's use this one as an example. Because my audience is mostly interested in YouTube and Instagram, when I uploaded this video about LinkedIn, it initially didn't perform super well. In fact, it was actually the slowest start that I've ever had because it doesn't address your needs. So even though I think it's one of the best videos in terms of quality and information, it still flopped. But then whenever I post about Instagram or YouTube, the videos usually do great because that's what you guys are looking for. And look, these channels who talk about TikTok, they get crazy amounts of views. But then when I try to talk about TikTok, it doesn't really do well because about 15% of my audience live in countries where TikTok is banned, so it's not relevant to them. Shout out India. Coming up with good video ideas can be really tough. So one of the best ways that I use to do it is to research the trends in my niche. Then I cross-check them with keyword softwares to validate that those are good ideas that people are interested in. But a good idea isn't everything. You also need to pique their interest, and this is another place that most people mess up. A lot of small YouTubers start scripting their video and then they film it and then they edit and then thumbnails and then title, but that is a huge mistake. And it's a big reason why you aren't getting views on your videos. Experts on YouTube know that before you ever start scripting, you need to come up with a title and a thumbnail. This is not only because your title and thumbnail will literally be the first things that people see and the sole reason they decide to watch your video or not, but also because the first 10 seconds of your video need to reassure the viewer that they're watching the right video and in the right place. Let's just look at how the best creator on this platform does it. Take a look at Mr. Beast's title and thumbnail, and now let's look at the first few seconds of the video.
I am going to spend the next 50 hours alone in solitary confinement.
Good luck. I'm scared.
This right here is the room I will be suffering in for the next 2 days.
See how you're immediately reassured that the video you clicked on is going to deliver on the promise that he made with the title and the thumbnail? So, to come up with a solid title, you should be using at least one keyword in it that comes up when people search for it. You want to find keywords that a lot of people are searching for, but that haven't been overly saturated yet. For example, if I was making a video about investing, I can see that the keyword how to earn money in finance is really low. Not a lot of people are searching for it, and it's really saturated. But if I search for Bitcoin, well, there are a shitload of people searching for Bitcoin right now and not that many videos out there. So this is clearly a better keyword to use in my title. The tool that I'm using to do this is called vidIQ, and there's a link below if you want to check it out. But anytime you're making a title and thumbnail, use this checklist. It's what I use to make all the clickable titles and thumbnails that you see on my channel. Once we have our title and our thumbnail, we need to focus on the storytelling. I'm gonna be honest. Before I started on YouTube, I had no idea how to use a story in my videos. I watched tons of explainers from other YouTubers, and everybody was talking about storytelling. They'd talk about how important it is, how much it helps your video, but nobody was telling me how I should actually use it. Every video basically says, if you want more retention, you should tell a story. It'll have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But this formula doesn't actually work. It's way too general. How do I start the story? What should go in the middle of the story, and what do I do with the ending? Most importantly, where does the climax go? But what if storytelling is actually easier than you think? I started searching for something else, and one day I stumbled upon this graph. And this is the strategy that almost every successful YouTuber is using in plain sight. The best part is it applies to every niche, so you can literally use it in your next video, and it's much simpler than it looks. Let me show you how it works. So as you can see, it's a cycle. The journey begins and ends here. But to reach the end of this cycle, you have to go through all of these sections, which is the adventure. There are 12 points that you technically need to pass along the way, but the most important ones for YouTube are that you start in the ordinary world, then you experience a call to adventure, then you go through the challenges that you experience on the journey, then the reward you get from the experience, and then the return to the ordinary world. And we can literally use this video that you're watching right now as an example. I started this video by telling you that a few years ago, I was like you with no experience. Then I heard about YouTube automation and I felt a calling to try it. Obviously, I experienced some challenges, some wins, some losses, and soon in this video, I'm gonna show you the results that I actually got from it. And finally, we'll wrap up by returning to the ordinary world with you at the end. Within the storyline, you also need to supplement in what I like to call retention spikes. Sometimes I'll pretend like I'm talking to Joe Rogan, or I'll go off on a random tangent,
or use an AI voice like this to give you guys a little bit of a break
and reignite your attention. This works in every niche. Every single one of the videos that I'm showing you on screen uses this same storyline and tricks. You're gonna start noticing it on other channels, and if you use this, you're automatically gonna start getting more dubs on your channel as well. But what about editing? After all, my channel is full of crazy edits, right? Well, here's the truth. 95% of you do not need to have crazy editing like me. Look at someone like SOOO. He's blown up on YouTube over the last year, but his edits are the polar opposite of mine. No motion graphics, no sound effects, just a normal dude talking to the camera. In fact, if he did edit like I do, his channel would probably die. So the big question is, why does that work for him? Well, your editing actually depends on your niche. My niche is all about content, and the other creators in my niche have pushed the limits so far that to stand out and make these concepts interesting, I have to edit this way to keep you guys entertained. But on a fitness channel like Sam's, the viewers are looking for a different kind of information and presentation. They want to connect with him on a human level, so the editing can't be too much. Okay, so now that you understand the game, you need to understand how to beat the game. Because as of today, there are
113 million YouTube channels out there.
And you need to separate your channel from the rest. And in order to get the growth like my channel experienced, you need to be better than 99.9% of them. You can do this by having better editing, better footage, better storytelling, or something that I like to call having a pink shirt. Imagine that you're a business owner, and every day 10 salesmen show up to give you a sales pitch. They all look the same. They wear a white shirt and a black tie, and it gets super repetitive. But then, one day, a salesman shows up with a super ugly pink shirt. You'd probably be so taken back that you'd actually pay attention to him more than all the other white shirt guys, right? This is why you need to find a pink shirt for your YouTube channel. Find something that's so memorable about you that viewers aren't used to seeing it, and it makes you unique. For example, my pink shirt is my avatar. It was something relatively new on YouTube, and it allowed me to get a big following quickly. The cool part is, an avatar works in other niches. One of my students in the dating niche got 66,000 views on his very first YouTube video ever. He got monetized from one video, which is way faster than I did on this channel for context. But I want to be clear, that's not all from having a digital avatar. You got to have a really good strategy up front and a system in place to get results like that immediately. Now that you have some of my processes, let's talk about what this means in dollars and views. And I'm going to be more transparent here than most YouTubers, so please hit that like button to help me out. First, I've gotten over 5 million views, which is pretty good for the first year on YouTube on a new channel. I always heard so much advice from bigger YouTubers and even guys like Hermosi who say things like,
find a platform that you like, ideally one that you're probably already using, and you just post again after you posted once. And you say, you know what, this was 7 days apart. If I do this every 7 days, I will now be consistent.
But I only uploaded 35 videos, so I actually disagree with this. Being successful on YouTube is far less about volume and more about quality. In other words, I would prefer to have one really good video over 10 decent videos any day of the week. Second, I've gotten over 150,000 subscribers, while other channels in my niche have really struggled to keep up. This channel was a lot bigger than mine about 6 months ago, but now we've more than doubled his subscriber account by uploading less videos. Third is revenue. As I said, my goal when I started this whole operation was just to make some money online, specifically $1,000. But this channel totally surprised me. So far, in 1 year, the channel has earned over $21,000 just from YouTube AdSense. My CPM, which is the amount that advertisers pay per 1,000 views, is around $9 or $10, which is okay. Some channels get less, some channels get more. One of my clients actually had a video that had a CPM of over $130,000, which might be a record. But outside of what YouTube pays me, I also make money from a few different revenue streams: partnerships, affiliate links, and products or services. I get emailed about 10 partnership opportunities per day where companies ask to sponsor these videos. Basically, they want to run a little commercial at the beginning or the middle of my videos, you know, stuff like this.
Now for a quick word from our sponsor, Manscaped, the world's greatest men's grooming company.
Now, I could make a lot more money if I did these more often, but to be honest, I don't want to ruin the viewing experience for you guys with a bunch of ads. Whenever I'm watching a YouTube video or listening to a podcast and there's some 90-second ad, it literally makes me want to throw my phone out the window. So I really only take on sponsors when it's a perfect fit and I feel like the product will genuinely be helpful for you guys. Affiliate commissions are nice as well. Occasionally, I'll throw out an affiliate link that you guys might be interested in, like the vidIQ research tool below. Anytime that you guys sign up to use one of those, I would make a percentage. If you follow me, then you know that I almost never push that on you guys because I don't want to come off as salesy, but they are there in case it makes sense for you. And maybe I'm doing this all wrong because the other day I saw this YouTuber breaking down his income, and it sounds like he's making close to 6 figures just from affiliate links.
A typical month will do 200 to 250K in revenue. Most of my money is made through affiliate marketing right now. I'd say about 50 to 55% of the revenue that comes in.
Full transparency, I'm lucky to see a few of these come in on any given video, but again, maybe that's because I don't oversell them. Finally, my last revenue stream is my products and services. Like I said, I have clients who I work with to get results on YouTube and Instagram, and I also sell a course that helps people grow. Those did take a considerable amount of time to build out, but obviously they're another great stream of revenue and basically fluctuate based on the amount of views that I get in any given month. So finally, the big question for you now is YouTube automation worth it? And here's my honest answer. YouTube automation is great if you have the right plan and the right systems built out, because that's the only way that your channel will stand the test of time and achieve long-term results. But YouTube automation can also be great if you're just looking to ride a quick trend. Channels like these have gotten millions of views and made some quick cash, and I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars, for generally low effort videos. And by the way, in my next video, I'm going to share the easiest way to get started with YouTube automation on a budget, so make sure you're subscribed. But I will say that YouTube automation is not the right fit for you if you're just looking for a get-rich-quick scheme and not really putting much effort in. My channel is not automated at all. Sure, I have a system in place and a team who helps me pump these videos out, but I still put a lot of work in, and my life is far from driving Lambos and wearing flashy watches. And to be honest, I have no interest in being one of those kinds of people, but hey, that's just me. Let me know what you think about YouTube automation below, and feel free to share your own channel for feedback. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe because I have some absolute bangers lined up for summer that you won't want to miss.